Wow, it's a big one. It's a really big one. I was aiming for mid-body, and then it's right here, but I think it's calm. Are you a calm one? Are you a calm one? I think it's a calm one. Look at the size of this one. It's chunky. Wow, it's fat as mud. Whoa. Better might just use the stick for a couple more seconds there. You see, it doesn't like to be touched. It's really wild, and actually they have a really nasty bite, because if they bite you, they're actually non-venomous. But if they do bite you, they will actually twist and turn their head, almost ripping out a piece of flesh out of your hand. So this is a bite you don't want to enjoy, and you're certainly not going to enjoy. Usually snakes, when they give you a defensive bite, they bite and let go. But this guy here, they will actually twist a little bit, and then they might as well just rip off all your veins in your arm. If it gets me on the hand, it's gonna rip off all my veins, gonna be blood everywhere. And then they sometimes don't let go, but they continue to actually twist and twist and twist. But now you see, I think it's a little bit calm now. And that's what they do. Look at this here. It's a perfect behavior of their wild burrowing existence. So doesn't like to be touched. So the mole snake has its name because it mainly preys on moles. So they will actively hunt them during the day in their burrows, and then they strike headfirst, crawl around and squeeze. And look at the snake. It's chunky. It's one muscle from the head all the way down to the tail. Don't get me in the face though. And they use it for squeezing the living hell out of any animal that they encounter. So not only moles, but also rats, mice, birds, even lizards, and even other mole snakes also, and other snakes sometimes. But usually moles and rats and mice. And that's what they do. So they even look for these rodents in this soil. You see, it's very loose soil, perfect habitat for a mole snake. You see that? Now when I put it down, it will immediately go to try and bury itself. Let's see how that works. You just saw a little bit of it. So you see, their head is just perfectly designed for when it comes to... Whoa. You all right? Calm down now. This one is really wild. So the head is perfectly designed for when it comes for a burrowing lifestyle, because it's very small. Imagine they have like a triangular head, like a viper. Then they would basically get stuck inside a hole underground, or maybe even they won't be able to push through the soil because their head is just too big. And also their eyes are extremely small, because when they're underground they don't even need to see anything. And now you see it's still not calming down. It's like if I come any closer like this, if I touch it anywhere near the head, it actually starts to retaliate. You see that? It doesn't like to be touched at all, like most animals. And the color here is perfectly made for camouflage. Look at this color. So it was just living through here inside those grasses, so we could see it, because it's a fat snake, a chunky snake with beautiful colors. And now look at the belly. You see here it's like more of a dark brown. Ooh, you're right. And then here we have like an orange line, and then the belly is light yellow. Beautiful. Just like a sunset that we have here now. And they also come in different colors. So when they're small, they are like speckled. You know, they have some spots on them. They're usually brown with black spots on them. And then they lose those spots and they change to a certain color. So they either get brown like this one, but I've also seen black ones, pitch black in color. People say, oh, it's a Black Mamba. You know, it's not, obviously. Black Mambas are not actually black. But even you might as well just think that this color, if it would be a little bit darker and more gray, you might as well mistake this one for a Black Mamba also, if you don't know how to identify them. But as I said, with snakes, you don't look at the color. What you're looking at is the head shape and the face. And then you know what kind of snake it is. And that here is a mole snake, and it's really heavy. A really incredible constrictor. And as I said, perfect habitat here for them. And now it's like a little bit more calm, you see. Now it's just settling right down. Now I can have it here nicely. But still, it doesn't hold still. Just tries to get away from me. Beautiful snake, beautiful color. And a snake that we don't have to be afraid of. People oftentimes, they kill snakes, even out here, because they think that it might be a dangerous one. But they're completely harmless. They still have teeth. As I said, they twist around, they bite you. So they can give you a really nasty bite, but they don't carry bacteria in their mouth like cats or dogs. And also they have no venom, at least this species here. So they will always try to get out of your way, just as you saw there, who's trying to get into those grasses to camouflage and get away from me. Beautiful one. Look at this. The legendary mole snake. And unlike most other snakes, the mole snake actually gives birth to live young. So just like a puff adder, for example, and they can give birth to about like 20, 30, sometimes 10, sometimes maybe even 50 live young. And as I said, they are like speckled with spots, you know, beautiful brown color. They're really small, so about 15 centimeters, sometimes 20. So now I'm gonna put it back here into these grasses. So you see it's getting like dark outside. So usually the snake here is active during the day, but especially during sunset, because now rats and stuff might just become active, and also mice. So put it down here nicely. And then you can just see the color blending in perfectly with the environment. Goodbye, buddy. A mole snake. Look at this, you see that? The only thing you can see now is just the shine on its scales. They would give away that here's a snake. Other than that, if there would be no movement, it's called up somewhere in between these grasses, there's no way you can actually tell that there's a snake. Like there's snakes everywhere. Mambas, puff adders, they're thick out here, but you just don't see them because they're so well camouflaged and hidden away. They're up in trees. Just like the bark snake we just found, they're incredibly camouflaged, hiding underneath this in old termite mounds, underground, underneath something, or even in your garage without you even knowing it, right? So snakes are secretive animals. They don't come to us to chase us. They try to blend in, stay away from us. As you see now, it's moving that direction, away from me. Awesome. The mole snake.